3 years ago, a dynamic sport called Ultimate Dodgeball was created inside Sky Zone trampoline parks across the U.S. 115 teams from across North America competed in the first ever Ultimate Dodgeball Championship. A team from Sky Zone in Riverside, California, calling themselves Doom, emerged as champions and won $25,000. Last year, the UDC quadrupled in size with nearly 450 teams competing in Sky Zone parks across North America. The results? A repeat victory for Doom, this time representing Sky Zone Covina. An ultimate dodgeball dynasty was born. Today, after weeks of competition in our Ultimate Dodgeball Championship Series, 2 teams have made it to this final showdown. Once again, the 2-time defending champions Doom, playing out of Sky Zone Van Nuys, has made it to our final episode. This is the Ultimate Dodgeball Championships presented by Sky Zone. We're here in Las Vegas. I'm Trace Worthington, joined by Dodgeball icon Ed Prentice. Ed, this is going to be an incredible final matchup. We have the veterans, the guys who have won this 2 times in a row, and that is Sky Zone Van Nuys. But they take on a team that is new to the championships, and that is Sky Zone Glen Mills, and they are hungry.
They are very hungry. They may be new to the championship, but they are not new to Van Nuys. Last year, they came up just this short on just a really quick play that happened, and they've been thinking about it all year long. They want this, they can get this, but they're going to have to play their style of game against this very, very tough Van Nuys team. So anything can happen as always, but we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see how hungry they are from Glen Mills. A championship at stake, $20,000 on the line. Before we begin the action, let's meet both of our teams.
We're Team Awesome from Philly.
1, 2, 3, awesome!
It's been a long journey for the team from Sky Zone Glen Mills, located just outside of Philadelphia. The core of their evolving roster made it to the Final 8 both 2012 and 2013, but they were ousted early both years at the hands of the very team they'll be playing here today in the championship. It's a classic showdown of the East Coast versus West Coast, and this resilient bunch from Glen Mills thinks the third time will be a charm.
They're a great team, but I think we're going to be on top. It's David versus Goliath, but I think we got this. Our team is great, and I believe in every single one of these guys, and they believe in themselves too.
This year, Glen Mills has showcased some absolutely amazing ultimate dodgeball and advanced to our finals today, hoping to do something that no other team has done, beat Van Nuys.
We haven't won in Philly since the 08 for the Phillies, and before that, we haven't seen a championship in our lifetime. So
Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers. They don't have, no. We're way above them. Right? We're going to bring a championship home to Philly.
The Glen Mills boys go up against Van Nuys, who have proven to be doom, literally, for any team trying to knock off the reigning kings of Ultimate Dodgeball. Let's meet the 2-time defending champions.
Team Doom, we're from Los Angeles, representing Sky Zone Van Nuys this year. We throw balls at people, basically it.
With 2 Ultimate Dodgeball Championship titles under their belts, the team representing Sky Zone Van Nuys is back, and they're eyeing a 3rd title in 3 years.
We're gonna keep winning. They keep doing this tournament, we're gonna win. 6, 7, 8, doesn't matter. We're here, we're winning.
They bring the same key players that were instrumental to their success in previous years.
I know these guys want it as much as I do, so I know we're gonna work hard to get it.
The Van Nuys team is as polished as they come. They bring to the court amazing arms and strategy that is yet to see an equal.
And our 2 teams are coming out onto the court here at Sky Zone Las Vegas. Just a few minutes ago, we asked each captain to give us his keys to victory.
Keys to victory are just fast pace. Don't let them hit us. As simple as that sounds, just don't let them hit us. And that's the key to victory. Play as a team, and I think we can do all 3. So
The keys are the same as they've always been. Teamwork, believing in our teammates, going out there strong.
The guys a little chatter before, getting everyone pumped up before this matchup. And the team from Sky Zone Van Nuys consists of Ish Blanco, Justin Pyen, Cole Harrell, Nate Kreider, and Vince Marchbanks. Sky Zone Glen Mills team includes Ed Aponte, Andrew Giovinco, his brother Matt Giovinco, Christopher Zielinski, Francesco Frankie Gianetto, Michael Catarino, and John Iorio. And here we go, Ed, 5-on-5. It's the best of 5 here in this championship final. Van Nuys in black, Glen Mills in white.
And Glen Mills off to a great start here, Trace. They've got most of the balls, and they've got Van Nuys on their heels, but Van Nuys is now coming up to throw. Oh, and look at Marchbanks goes down on a rocket by Matt Giovinco. That's a big loss for Van Nuys, Trace.
And right now, Glenn Mills is up 5 guys to 4 with Van Nuys.
And Glenn Mills looking very confident back there as things start to slow down a little bit. Van Nuys sort of assessing the situation. There's Catarino with a flip, and he manages to escape. That was Ed Aponte, I believe, caught that. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of confusion out on that court as Payan steps to the side. Not sure what happened there, Trace. We'll get it sorted out later, but right now, it's all going Glenn Mills' way.
Definitely. Oh, big yellow dodge by Ish Blanco. He gets nailed, and he's out. 5-on-1, and now Harold goes out, and the defending champions will lose game 1.
Yeah, Trace, and I'll tell you, early on we had a little controversy. Justin Payan makes a low throw at Ed Aponte, clearly a trap, but the referee misses it and calls Payan out. And that was a little sketchy there, but it looks like it's going to go Glenn Mills' way. And here we have a huge play. Look at Ish Blanco with a great big YOLO dodge, and we're going to see that again right here. Bang! He goes down as the Giovincos take him out. It looked great, but it didn't work out for Van Nuys there. And here we have Cole Harrell sitting back there, and 1, 2, 3, 4 balls to one poor Cole Harrell. And down goes Cole, and down goes Van Nuys. Bang, 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 bang. That was 5, Trace.
And here we go with the second game. It is the best of 5 here in this championship final, and the team from Glenn Mills is up 1-0.
Yeah, what a great matchup that was. I expect nothing less here, Trace. And you can see Van Nuys is just coming back, and they're coming back strong. They got 3 cannons up front there with Marchbanks, Payan, and Kreider. And then Kreider takes a pop at, and he takes out both Giovincos, one with a catch and one with a throw. That was amazing.
So all of a sudden, just like that, Van Nuys looking like the championship team they are, as they are up, and 2 left for Glenn Mills. They are circling the drain here in game number 2.
Yeah, a lot of action out there, and you can see Glenn Mills trying to get some footing, and Blanco comes up, and he comes up just short. I don't know quite how he missed that, but it was close. We got Catarino up front.
Glenn Mills needs a catch. Big acrobatic move there by Ish Blanco. And look at that, the championship team, with only 1 guy left on Glenn Mills, will take game 2.
Yeah, Chris Zielinski's not able to hold up against the 4 remaining Van Nuys players. You'll see right here, it starts off with Nate Kreider just rifling one at Andrew Giovinco in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. But it doesn't end there, because if you look on there's the throw on the left hand, and to the right, Matt Giovinco throws one cross-court, and Kreider reels it in. Look at the focus Kreider's got here. And it's 1-2 down for Glenn Mills right away. Huge play by Kreider, but nothing compared to Ish Blanco jumping and diving and dodging and distracting the last 2 Glenn Mill players. And there goes Catarino, and Ish Blanco sacrifices himself, but that's okay with Van Nuys, because that just leaves poor Chris Zielinski back there. And then up comes Payan again, and he just takes Zielinski down. Now, Zielinski tries a little shovel shot here, and it's a great idea, but Payan is too poised and too ready for that, and he'll have none of it with a bang way to finish off this game.
This is what we came for. Doom is only human. Do not let them get that 3-peat. Let's go. I believe in everybody here. Hands down. Everybody there. It's coming to the East Coast this year. Awesome on 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome!
It's getting fierce here in the final. When we return to the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship, we'll bring more action from Sky Zone Las Vegas.
What if there were a place where we could all be happy, healthy, and free? Where we could soar through the sky without a care in the world. A place where we could all grow young. Where fitness was fun and play was smart, and anyone could defy gravity. What if there were such an amazingly awesome place? And if only for a few hours, we could leave the world behind and jump for joy. Welcome to Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
watching the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone Trampoline Park. Ultimate Dodgeball lives here. And sponsored by Lawrence Fabric and Metal Structures. Your imagination is our vision. John Saycash Company, premium rigging solutions for your wire rope and rigging needs. Center Edge Software, serious software for a fun business. And by Eddie Kane Steel, your #1 source for steel plate. For more information on Ultimate Dodgeball, visit udodgeball.com. You are watching the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone Trampoline Park. Ultimate Dodgeball lives here. And by Center Edge Software, serious software for a fun business. Welcome back to Las Vegas and the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone. Trace Worthington, Ed Prentice in the midst of our finals, the championship round. It is tied 1-1. Glenn Mills doing a great job in the first game, but then Van Nuys, typical of them, making a charge. They look confident now as well, Ed. So we talk about the slow play, the fast play. I mean, what are your thoughts now after seeing 2 games?
Well, on this kind of court, you can't hide because they only have seconds to throw the ball. If they don't throw the ball, they'll be called out. So there's pressure for the ball to keep moving. And then you add in the fact that you're on trampolines and people are bouncing around and everything is changing so rapidly, you just don't know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. So it makes for a very exciting but fast game.
The third game is next, so let's check it out. Once again, 5-on-5, best of 5 here in this championship final. Van Nuys won game 2 after Glenn Mills with an incredible dominant game 1.
Yeah, and this should be a fun game to watch. I mean, both of these teams are, you can see they're a little apprehensive here, but the East Coast guys are not afraid to get up there and throw. And there goes Blanco down, and here comes Marchbanks up for a throw, and and he gets taken out too. So all of a sudden, Glenn Mills looking really sharp here, Trace.
Looking as sharp as their game #1, where they took down the defending champions.
Yeah, Caterino with a great block there, and does he get hit there? No, he doesn't. He steps to the back, and it looks like Glenn Mills going to hold that 5-3 advantage. Watch out for Kreider here. He's got a gun. Let's see what he does. He's holding.
A lot of good communication going on with Glenn Mills. Important to the game of dodgeball.
And Pine feeds another one over to Kreider too. And you see this game's got a different pace to it, Trace. They're slowing things down. They know how important this game is. There's Iorio, #2. He drops one back to Aponte. And here comes Kreider, the sniper, up front. He's going to field those balls and shag them back for his teammates here. Cole Harrell picks up the third one. And here comes Van Nuys. And then bang, down goes Caterino, #8. Matt Giovinco calling out to his teammates.
Is that a catch?
Well, and it looks like no, it wasn't.
So right now, the patience obviously burning a lot of time for both teams, but that's the strategy clearly here in game #3.
And what a comeback for Van Nuys as they take out Gianetto, and that leaves Giovinco and Iorio. And all of a sudden, it's evened up here, Trace.
2-on-2, Sky Zone Van Nuys in black, Sky Zone Glenn Mills in white. It is tied up 1-1.
Kreider with a great block there. And Iorio's out, and all of a sudden we got Matt Giovinco by himself, and Van Nuys is up. Now Giovinco's got a cannon though, so we got to keep an eye on him, Trace.
He's got some skills. He needs a big catch here though, Ed.
He's going for Kreider. Look at Kreider go! Holy smokes!
Kreider with some big moves and a block there.
And look at this! Oh my gosh! Wow! Did you see that? I mean, Giovinco was throwing everything at these guys. And after taking out Vince Marchbanks, Glenn Mills had a 5-3 advantage. Then the Giovinco's on the retreat, and Drew trips. And the next thing you know, Nate Kreider just nails him in the back. And that turns out to be a turning point in this game because when he gets hit in the back, Kreider's able to reload and just fire off one on Caterino. And you'll see right there in your upper left-hand corner of your screen, Caterino turns his back here and just gets popped. And all of a sudden, things are tied up at 2-2 when Nate Kreider, with an attack on Iorio, nips him in the arm. Now, Iorio doesn't think he's hit, but our replay shows the ball did catch him in the forearm right here. You'll see it right there, bang. And it was good call by the ref because he was on the opposite side, but he managed to get that in there. And all of a sudden, things are looking bad for poor Matt Giovinco with a great YOLO dodge, but it just isn't enough as Cole Harrell unloads. You'll see it right here. Giovinco, look at the intensity, look at the dodge, and he tries his best, but it just doesn't work out for Giovinco and the guys from Glenn Mills as Kreider and Harrell just tee off.
Big title on the line. Don't go anywhere. Sky Zone Van Nuys is up 2-1, needing just one more game to win their third Ultimate Dodgeball Championship. Stick around.
What if there were a place where we could all be happy, healthy, and free? Where we could soar through the sky without a care in the world. A place where we could all grow young. Where fitness was fun and play was smart, and anyone could defy gravity. What if there were such an amazingly awesome place? And if only for a few hours, we could leave the world behind and jump for joy. Welcome to Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
You're watching the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone Trampoline Park. Ultimate Dodgeball lives here. And by Pepsi, live for now. Welcome back, everyone, to the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone here in Las Vegas. Trace Worthington, Ed Prentice, and what a great matchup so far. It's going down. The team from Sky Zone Glen Mills taking on the team from Sky Zone Van Nuys, and Van Nuys looking strong.
Oh, gosh, this team is one of the best in the country by far. Obviously, they've been here twice, and they've won it twice. They took on this Sky Zone Challenge when Sky Zone first started this tournament, and they've taken it to the final each and every year. So I would expect nothing less this year.
All right, Ed, Glen Mills looked fantastic game number 1, and then Van Nuys made a charge game number 2 and won game number 3, and here we are. Van Nuys up 2-1. Van Nuys in black, Glen Mills in white.
Glen Mills is pressing the action here, Trace, as 2 Van Nuys players go off to the sideline. That happened quicker than we could see here, and all of a sudden, it's looking pretty good for Glen Mills.
Except now.
Yeah, and there goes Zielinski. And Zielinski stepping to the side, hits Drew Giovinco, and look how upset Giovinco is as he gets hit, getting the distraction. It's crazy out there right now, Trace.
A fast-moving game 4 as Glen Mills trying to hang on. Van Nuys could close it out right here and grab another championship title, but they have another man down. It's Kreider.
And that leaves Pyan, and if anybody you want back there, it's Pyan, because this kid can throw.
3-on-1.
And there they go. Glen Mills is back in this. And here we go. Talk about getting 2 birds with 1 stone. Watch the red ball. Michael Caterino hit Cole Harrell, and on the ricochet, it hits Marchbanks in the corner. Watch this. Harrell to Marchbanks, 2 down for Van Nuys. And now we have a big play here. Pyan takes out Zielinski, but as Chris is leaving the court, he trips. And you'll see it right here. Zielinski's coming across the court on your left-hand side of your screen. As he's exiting, he trips, and right into poor Drew Giovinco, who's up front, and he's an open target, and he gets taken out, and you can see the frustration in Giovinco's face as he grabs his head. And there it is. Zielinski trips up Giovinco, and Giovinco goes down, and 2 down for Glen Mills as Blanco gets popped right in the face. Boom! And one more time. Let's see that again, because you can never have enough of that. Now we've got the final right here, and there's nowhere for Justin Pyan to hide. He drops back, he does his best, and he trips, having some trouble on the trampolines today, and Glen Mills has tied it up 2-2.
Prediction, Doom, 3-peat.
All right, folks, it is tied up 2-2. All the marbles when we come back to the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship from Las Vegas, presented by Sky Zone.
What if there were a place where we could all be happy, healthy, and free? Where we could soar through the sky without a care in the world. A place where we could all grow young. Where fitness was fun and play was smart, and anyone could defy gravity. What if there were such an amazingly awesome place? And if only for a few hours, we could leave the world behind and jump for joy. Welcome to Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
watching the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone Trampoline Park. Ultimate Dodgeball lives here. And sponsored by Schneider Insurance Services. We make insurance easy for you. Halo Branded Solutions, bright ideas, brilliant results. Gopher, the official dodgeball of the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship. And Innovation Systems, wrap, sign, brand your world. And to learn how to play Ultimate Dodgeball, visit udodgeball.com. You are watching the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone Trampoline Park. Ultimate Dodgeball lives here. And by John Saycash Company, premium rigging solutions for your wire, rope, and rigging needs. We are back at Sky Zone Trampoline Park here in Las Vegas. Our teams are ready for the final game, Ed. This is it. It's tied 2-2. Winner takes home the championship.
Yeah, Trace, and you could feel the energy in the arena. I mean, these teams are ready to go. I mean, look, Glen Mills comes up, and they're not messing around. Iorio passes it back to Catarino, who starts off with a huge throw. Unfortunately, he threw by himself. He probably should have waited for a teammate to join in.
Van Nuys in black, Glen Mills in white.
And Pyan steps to the side as he gets taken out. And there goes Matt Giovinco, always talking, always leading his team. And Marchbanks, the leader of his team, heads to the sidelines as well. As Glen Mills looking pretty good here, Trace.
Glen Mills has done a great job of getting Marchbanks out early every single game.
So are we witnessing an upset? Who knows? Will the two-time champs be knocked down? It looks like it's 3-3 right here, so it's still anybody's game.
Van Nuys has the experience. They've won 2 straight years. Can they make it 3?
Well, we're about to find out because this thing is probably not going to last much longer at the pace these two teams have been playing. Here comes Glen Mills stepping up to make a throw. Catarino launches one, and there's a catch by Kreider. And all of a sudden, Ioria steps to the side, and Van Nuys has a huge advantage here.
Pretty amazing how these teams can make comebacks when they make those catches, Ed. Never over till it's over in Ultimate Dodgeball.
Yeah, we're about to see what happens here in this game because it's going to move fast. I can tell you that right now. Catarino's up front, throws a wild one there, kind of gets away from him. Van Nuys picking up the balls. Kreider's got one in his hand. He takes out Catarino, and Zielinski takes out Kreider. And things are looking great for Van Nuys here as Zielinski's left alone for Glen Mills.
2-1-1, Van Nuys tasting victory for the 3rd straight year if they can hang on here. A lot of action here in the final. Oh! And the last Glen Mills guy is down, and a three-peat for Van Nuys. They are the Ultimate Dodgeball champions again.
And here we have a big moment in the match, a dual attack. Blanco and Harrell nail Matt Giovinco. A big first loss for Glen Mills right here. Boom, and down goes Giovinco. Puts his hands up and steps to the side. One more time, there you have it. And now it's 3-on-3. Catarino hits Cole Harrell, but Iorio throws. A key catch is made by Nate Kreider. And this catch was huge because it turns the tides and gives Van Nuys a 3-2 advantage. Now look at Kreider go. And now we're on 3-on-2, and Catarino misses and tries to retreat, but he trips, and Kreider once again is right there to hit him in midair. There's Catarino. He turns, he trips, and right in midair, Kreider takes him out. And Zielinski from Glen Mills, number 7, he's smart enough to know that's the perfect time to take out Kreider, and he does. So Kreider takes out Catarino, and Zielinski takes out Kreider. And now we're on to 2-on-1, and Zielinski misses Blanco, then Pyan with a really cool throw while diving over a ball, nails Zielinski for the championship win. And look at Pyan with this acrobatic move right here, over the ball, throws it with his right hand, lands, does a little twist, and he's ready for victory.
And the celebration begins for the 3-time champions, Sky Zone Van Nuys. Let's head down to the court and talk to the 3-time Ultimate Dodgeball champions.
This team pushed us, made us earn it, and it feels better. With all 30 teams out here, 31 teams, we had to fight through all of them to get here.
It was a lot better competition this year. A lot of teams came from all over the country, and they brought it. This was the hardest fought battle we've had to face here at Sky Zone, and it feels that much sweeter.
Wow, what a great matchup. What a great 5 games between Van Nuys and Glen Mills. But it's Van Nuys who wins the 3rd straight year in a row, the Ultimate Dodgeball Champions. This has only been around for 3 years, and they've won all 3 years. But what a great game by Glen Mills, Ed. I mean, they came out strong, winning the first game. They didn't get it done in the second 2, but then they tied it up 2-2 going into the 5th game.
Oh yeah, a lot of great action out here. But you know, you've got the best players out there that you could ever ask for, and they're doing what they do. These guys play. They've been playing for years. They play every week. Some of them play twice, two, 3 times a week. They travel to tournaments, and that's what you get. You get teams of this caliber that are this good, and a team like these guys from Van Nuys who have been together that long. You know, they can keep holding on. Who knows? 4 or 5? I don't know. It just depends on how things go.
Congratulations to the folks at Sky Zone. Big thanks to them. And the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship rolls on, but Van Nuys, 3-time champions. And that wraps things up from Las Vegas. For Ed Prentice, I'm Trace Worthington. Thanks for watching the Ultimate Dodgeball Championship presented by Sky Zone.
So don't miss our next episode of Ultimate Dodgeball as we bring you the best Ultimate Dodgeballers from the East and West in the Pepsi All-Star Challenge. Check your local listings for airtimes or visit udodgeball.com. We'll see you next time on Ultimate Dodgeball. 3 years ago, a dynamic sport called Ultimate Dodgeball was created inside Sky Zone trampoline parks across the U.S. 115 teams from across North America competed in the first ever Ultimate Dodgeball Championship. A team from Sky Zone in Riverside, California, calling themselves Doom, emerged as champions and won $25,000. Last year, the UDC quadrupled in size with nearly 450 teams competing in Sky Zone parks across North America. The results? A repeat victory for Doom, this time representing Sky Zone Covina. An Ultimate Dodgeball dynasty was born. Today, after weeks of competition in our Ultimate Dodgeball Championship Series, 2 teams have made it to this final showdown. Once again, the 2-time defending champions Doom, playing out of Sky Zone Van Nuys, has made it to our final episode.
This is the Ultimate Dodgeball Championships presented by Sky Zone. We're here in Las Vegas. I'm Trace Worthington, joined by Dodgeball icon Ed Prentice. Ed, this is going to be an incredible final matchup. We have the veterans, the guys who have won this 2 times in a row, and that is Sky Zone Van Nuys. But they take on a team that is new to the championships, and that is Sky Zone Glen Mills, and they are hungry.
They are very hungry. They may be new to the championship, but they are not new to Van Nuys. Last year, they came up just this short, and just a really quick play that happened, and they've been thinking about it all year long. They want this, they can get this, but they're going to have to play their style of game against this very, very tough Van Nuys team. So anything can happen as always, but we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see how hungry they are from Glen Mills. A championship at stake, $20,000 on the line. Before we begin the action, let's meet both of our teams.
We're Team Awesome from Philly.
1, 2, 3. Awesome!
It's been a long journey for the team from Sky Zone Glen Mills, located just outside of Philadelphia. The core of their evolving roster made it to the Final 8 both 2012 and 2013, but they were ousted early both years at the hands of the very team they'll be playing here today in the championship. It's a classic showdown of the East Coast versus West Coast, and this resilient bunch from Glen Mills thinks the 3rd time will be a charm.
They're a great team, but I think we're going to be on top. It's David versus Goliath, but I think we got this. Our team is great, and I believe in every single one of these guys, and they believe in themselves too.
This year, Glen Mills has showcased some absolutely amazing Ultimate Dodgeball and advanced to our finals today, hoping to do something that no other team has done, beat Van Nuys.
We haven't won in Philly since